Hello, my name is Kuba and I'm a programmer and a designer.
Hi, my name is Vitek. I'm a graphic designer.
Hey, I'm Mateusz, I'm a content creator.
Hi, I'm Matthew Ritter. I'm a narrative designer.
And together we are My Next Games.
This week we finally finished Fartmania, our new game. You can see we play as this little pig and now we're in a pig village and this little pig has a little farting problem. Every time you press space you fart. And this farting ability basically makes him the laughing stock of the whole village. The idea was like to take this double jumping mechanics. I bumped up into a tweet from this guy. Basically the game with like infinite double jump. That game was called The Bravest Chicken. And I thought to myself, wow, this chicken kind of looks like he's farting. Maybe we can make a game about farting but with a similar mechanics. But like instead of a chicken we can use something that some animal that kind of fart. And then I remembered this movie from the early 2000s, I think. It was called Thunderpants, about the boy who had like this extremely massive farts. The plot of the movie was that he was basically becoming an astronaut because like his farts were so powerful that they could fuel a rocket ship. So yeah, pretty much I thought to myself, yeah, maybe we can take a farting animal and try to make him go into space. And from there, like while we're going into space, the aliens were the obvious idea and this is where we started from. So we can walk around, we can kind of use the fartometer.
Well, to start the game.
Yeah, and now the aliens come and they abduct our little piggies. Oh no. No one likes Pinky because he's a little stinky. The idea was that the game is gonna be like level after level after level. That every time you basically finish a level, you use this little bean and then you eat it and you fly away into another level. But like we decided to make the game like a one very long level that you can kind of travel through with your fart, like you're climbing a tower. The music is kind of progressing. The higher we get, the music kind of speeds up and becomes more epic. And here is the first encounter with evil aliens. Oh, it's Pinky. He's trying to save us. It's that stinking pig again. Guess he's missed his friends. Don't give up, Pinky.
And that was kind of the end of the original concept.
Yeah.
In here.
Yeah, basically. And I thought to myself, let's make, instead of one boss fight, let's maybe make it like that you meet them a couple of times. They escape you and you have to chase them higher and higher into the atmosphere. At that point, I thought to myself, 5 levels is not enough. Like we need 12 levels, and then we need to kind of cross them in between with something like those boss fights to basically spice up the pacing. At this point, when we're building the map, I kind of realized that the problem is I don't have like enough ideas for static levels anymore, and I came up with an idea that we can make those blocks move, which like brought even more work onto the table. Here's me torturing the pig. Tell me where he is. I don't know.
Yeah, so in general, the goal of the game is to beat the map in the shortest time and pick up all those pigs that were kidnapped by aliens.
Dum dum ta dum dum. You're brave. I wish I was super. Zorb, how's the sleep drive? 95 fuel. We only need a few more moments. Zorb status. Sleep drive is almost ready. We're not going anywhere. The other pig is farting. Zorb, not that button! And then we thought to ourselves, okay, the starship kind of fell and we are kind of finished and we wanted to kind of close down the story. And Matthew said, hey, let's go back to the village. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. But then we kind of thought to ourselves, okay, but the spaceship kind of fell down. So we decided to, again, add some stuff to it. We added this spaceship here that is crashed. Then we kind of wanted to show that basically those characters are no longer, they don't think you're lame with your farts. They are pretty kind of impressed because you saved their lives with your farts, and they are kind of grateful to you and they accept you with your farts and everything. Here you can see like a summary screen we were using for a very, very long time in this game, and then it grew into this arcade machine. And at the beginning it was supposed to be a very simple screen that tells you, okay, what was your time, but then we decided to add like the pig counter, and then Vitek kind of was missing the visual elements, so we kind of made this indicator which pigs you found and which pig you missed.
And every pig is time bonus.
Yeah, basically it gives you extra points. Here are the nose designs of aliens, because at the beginning there were no aliens, and then we have to kind of design the characters and make the animations. As you can see, they are noses.
The first version of Aliens was different. It was more like a regular grays, but it evolved into those nose based aliens, because we're making a game about farting, and
Who's better
it's
as a nemesis for a farting pig than a nose. Here we're experimenting with different styles for our leading art. Yeah. Oh, first concept of the hell, which is kind of a credit sequence. You can meet our Patreons here. This is Kaya, and this is Adam and his dog Hachi. And here are all of us. Łukasz, who helped me out with basically programming the game. Matthew, who did all the writing. Vitek, this is you, yeah?
Yeah.
Mateusz, who helps us out with all the videos. He's putting together the video you're watching right now. Rafał, and this here is me with a megaphone and a top hat.
Yeah.
You can check out our different games. Every machine has some little link to something interesting that you can check out. Oh, here are the first gameplays. This is how the village looked like at the beginning. Łukasz actually was experimenting with those side views. Oh, this is the basement, the first basement that we were supposed to use for the high score. First logo of Fartmania. First animations. The pig back then was a different color. Yeah, it kind of grew from there. Here's the village. First drawing of the village. How many hours did we spend creating Fartmania?
I mean, it's about 4 months. It's hard to quantify into hours, because it's a weird process to create a game, and we were making the game for 4 months. This includes a lot of iterations and changes, and there are a lot of details that we need to get back to later, and it's always... Yeah, it's a weird and hard process to create a game. This includes marketing and some promo stuff. Everything we did for the game we did in 4 months, which is not the best time, I think, but I think we can get better in the future.
For me, it's also hard to estimate how much hours I spent, because like I need to juggle doing Fartmania and working in my day job, and so I was doing it basically after hours. And I don't know, and weekends. We were looking for a small game we would be able to make in a month. It was December, so as you can probably see, because it's almost May, we didn't exactly make it in a month.
Next.
The characters. How much time did we spend creating characters?
Not much time.
Not much time?
No, because I think that the protagonist, I created it during Christmas or something like this. I just did those sketches of pig running, and then we were adding, it was kind of easy.
Yeah, but there is quite a lot of animation on those characters, we have many different characters, and all of those have they are doing stuff.
Yeah, but I think we found a way to make this work and not put too much work into animations and stuff, and I think that the whole scene looks alive and quite good.
What was the most difficult element to implement in the game? I don't know, hard question. I don't like making technical stuff. Vitek always jokes that I like to basically work as an additional artist sometimes. Doing stuff like animations, boss fights, building levels was kind of fun and cool, but I really dislike making achievements and leaderboards. Yeah, those are kind of boring for me. With games, it's like this. The single feature is not an issue. What is problematic is sometimes you're making decisions at the beginning of the project. Those decisions kind of influence what you can and cannot do later on, and if you want to change those decisions, they require a lot of effort. Long-term consequences are what is slowing you down, what is making stuff more complex.
And I think that one of the hardest parts was balancing the difficulty level for the levels whenever we design something, trying to hit that weird spot where it's not too hard, but it's still challenging a bit.
Yeah, that's a funny thing, because when we started this game, I was saying we're making a chill little game that everyone can play, and it's gonna be a super easy game. There is no way of dying. You just if it takes you 5 minutes, you're gonna do it in 5 minutes, and if it takes you 20 minutes, you're gonna do it in 20 minutes. And I don't know if we kind of were able to pull it off. I wonder how people will react to the difficulty level we prepared. We tested out out the game on people that like don't have like too much experience with gaming world, like your brother, yeah, who was making music.
Yeah.
For him, this game is kind of too difficult, but then again, he doesn't play anything. And for Kaya, who is in our game, as one of the supporters, it kind of took her like to finish the game like around 20 minutes. And for example, Mateusz, I don't know, he plays quite a bit. He was able to like clear it in like 4.5, like, or something like this, which I never knew it was kind of possible. He needed, and he collected like every little pig. I don't know, it was crazy. Okay, the sound effect.
How hard was to find proper sound effects, and how come you created some of them by yourself?
Well, find proper sound effects. Like, my process looks like this. There is the school site called freesounds.org, and what I do is I usually go to freesounds.org, I click the search button with Creative Commons license, so like those are basically free sounds you can use, and I use them as a base. I take them, I tinker with them using the school software called Goldwave. I kind of take those sounds. For example, I lower the pitch, make them faster, make them slower to kind of make them fit the animations better, and I put them into the game. And sometimes when I'm unable to kind of find anything that fits, then I just like take a microphone and I make sounds with my mouth. So basically farting sound. The rocket fart sound is also me. The sound effects is also one of the more annoying parts for me. And other thing is when you're kind of playing the same sound over and over again, your brain is kind of getting tired of them and you get this kind of fatigue. Imagine you're kind of listening to the same song over and over and again for like an hour. Your brain will get very tired of it. If you want to like understand how sound effects work with the game, take your favorite game and turn off all the sound effects, all the music in a game and play it, and you will kind of realize that suddenly the game isn't even close to being that fun as it used to be.
A lot of immersion depends on the sound.
And sometimes animation especially, animation feels much more dynamic with sound. If it's like properly connected to the animation, it will like emphasize the movement.
Do you like the final version of the game, or were there any problems you wish you could solve?
Yeah, there are always problems.
Yeah, we could be working much longer, and there is a lot of possibilities in the gameplay, even though the game itself is easy, because we wanted to create an easy and accessible, almost casual game.
We'll see if we succeeded.
Yeah, but that was also an interesting experiment to get out of our comfort zones, and instead of doing some dark, depressing shit, we just went for happy farting pig. So I don't think I have any problems with the current version of the game. I really like it. I like what you created during this development, like the shader with clouds and all that stuff. It will help in the future a lot. So I'm really happy with the state of the game right now.
For me, there is always something. When we're finishing the game, I enter this OCD mode when there is everything that is not perfect kind of bothers me a lot, and I'm kind of obsessing about it. So so what can we like take for like our future development? What do you think we could make differently, do better?
I mean, I think that even though you hate plans, I still think that it's kind of good to have some plan and to try to work with it. It's hard for me to work on the elements that are important for me, because I still need to wait for you to write them, and that's the hardest part for me. And we kind of made a huge step forward with this one. Yeah, mostly because even though we are releasing the game now, there is still a lot of things, a lot of ideas that we have for this game, and we could add content and graphics and gameplay mechanics for, I don't know, another year.
I agree with you. Like, I would really love for this game to kind of transform into this like Metroidvania. That would be super awesome.
Next?
Yeah, next. Let's go next.
Plans for the future.
Hank is our plan for the future.
Yeah, we're going back.
Yeah, we need to finish Hank. We need to sit down and close Drowning on Dry Land. We have to finish it before like autumn, I think.
Well, there is not much left to do in general, maybe, because we are only working on the final scene right now. There are some graphics, of course, to create and stuff like this, and there is probably a lot of programming, but we will get there, I think, this year. Yeah.
Like, what I'm most afraid about is that we haven't entered this polish phase yet.
Yeah.
You know, when you're kind of like, the game looks like a game and you're making it better. We had that for this little prototype we can play already on a Hunk Drowning on Rail. On Steam, for example, there is a demo you can play. We've done the polish stage for that, but like we haven't entered that phase for the whole experience. I'm always afraid of that stage. That stage can go wild. This is also when the magic happens, but like that stage can go wild.
Yeah, and we're working with 3D, so it's not. I have a lot less knowledge about working with 3D than 2D, and we also have that project that we are talking about a lot. It's called Black Box. We haven't started working on it, but we are planning on doing something with it.
It's gonna be probably the next Tale from the arcade. It's more sci-fi-ish.
Yeah, it's dark.
It's dark. What can I say about it? It's gonna be, of course, a roguelike and with a story element. Yeah, if you follow us, you will probably be going through those.
And support us on Patreon.
Yeah, you can support us on Patreon.